In a world that celebrates the brightest stars, sometimes the quietest acts shine the brightest. The story of an ordinary man whose simple, daily routine changed the course of history reminds us that true heroism isn't always about grand gestures. It's often found in the everyday choices we make. He was an average Joe. He didn't hold a prominent position in society. He wasn't wealthy, famous, or particularly remarkable. He was just an average guy living an ordinary life. And yet his actions left an extraordinary impact on those around him. His daily routine was his sanctuary. In the midst of life's chaos, he found solace in the mundane repetition of his daily activities. His life was a rhythm of familiar sights and sounds, but it was in this very ordinariness that his strength lay. One day something extraordinary happened. His daily routine was disrupted. His usual path was blocked, and he was forced to take an alternative route. This unexpected detour led him to a place or situation he had never encountered before. At first, he might have resisted the change. After all, humans instinctively favor familiarity and comfort. But instead of succumbing to the urge to turn back, he pressed on. This moment of decision marked a turning point in his life. It was during this journey that his true character shone through. His reaction to this unexpected situation revealed his mettle. Faced with the unfamiliar, he didn't panic or retreat. Instead, he demonstrated resilience and adaptability, qualities that would forever alter the trajectory of his life. The experience on this unplanned path proved to be transformative. It was here that he discovered hidden strengths and resources he never knew he possessed. This journey was not merely a physical one. It was a profound internal journey of self-discovery. Upon returning to his regular routine, everything was different. The familiar surroundings seemed new and vibrant. His daily tasks took on a renewed meaning. His life, once ordinary and routine, was now filled with depth and richness. From that day forward, his life was no longer defined by what he had been. Instead, it was defined by what he had become through the challenges he embraced and the strength he discovered within himself. The power of embracing the unexpected often lies in the transformation it brings about. Sometimes it takes a detour from the familiar path to reveal the strength, adaptability, and resourcefulness within us. And when we return to our routines, we do so with a deeper understanding of ourselves and our capabilities. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up. Your support means the world to us. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our future tales. Now let's dive into the next captivating story. His room was a reflection of his mind. For Thomas, cleanliness was more than just a habit, it was a necessity. His workspace had to be spotless, his tools perfectly organized, and his room was the epicenter of this order. Everything in its place, everything meticulously clean. For him, this wasn't about vanity or pride. It was about focus. He needed to be surrounded by order to create. But one day, the unthinkable happened. His haven of cleanliness was invaded. His room was left in disarray, mirroring the chaos that had entered his life. It was a stark contrast to the structured existence he had so carefully built. The intrusion into his personal space was deeply unsettling. It challenged the very core of his being, shaking him to his foundation. In that moment, he could have retreated, shutting himself away to regain control over his environment. But something within him, perhaps a newfound strength or a desire to confront the unexpected, urged him forward. Instead of succumbing to the overwhelming disorder, he chose to engage with it directly. This wasn't just about tidying up, it was about restoring his sense of control and equilibrium. The process became therapeutic, a way to regain a sense of order not just in his room, but in his life. Each item put away, each surface cleaned represented a step towards regaining balance. It was a slow and meticulous process. He didn't rush it. He took his time to restore not just the order of his room, but the order of his thoughts. As the room gradually transformed from a reflection of chaos to a mirror of calm, so did he. With each stroke of cleaning, he shed the anxiety and stress that had accompanied the disorder. By the time his room was restored to its original state, he had also restored a sense of peace within himself. He had faced the disruption, not by retreating, but by engaging, by confronting the mess both in his room and in his life. From that day forward, his approach to life shifted slightly. He retained his penchant for order, but he was less rigid. More adaptable. He realized that, while structure and cleanliness were important, they shouldn't come at the cost of flexibility and peace. He learned that sometimes stepping out of one's comfort zone and embracing the unexpected could lead not to destruction, but to growth and a deeper understanding of oneself. If you're like Thomas, valuing order and cleanliness, take a moment to appreciate the strength and discipline that guides you. And remember that even in the face of chaos, there's power in confronting the unexpected. And if you're enjoying our stories, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Let's continue our journey through inspiring narratives. The old oak tree stood strong and tall. It had seen countless seasons come and go, its roots anchoring it firmly in the earth. It had been a silent witness to the passage of time, bearing testament to the natural cycles of life, growth, and renewal. The tree was a symbol of endurance, its branches reaching out like gnarled fingers, each line and knot telling a story of years past. But the forest was changing. Storms had become more frequent, winds more harsh, and the once familiar sounds of birdsong had been replaced by an unnerving silence. The old oak tree felt the shift in the forest's rhythm, sensing that something was amiss. Despite its strong roots and sturdy trunk, the tree began to worry. It feared that it might not withstand the coming challenges alone. As the seasons turned, the forest grew darker and colder, the leaves fell, the wind howled, and the old oak tree stood firm but increasingly isolated. It missed the camaraderie of the birds, the rustling of small animals seeking shelter in its branches. The forest's transformation was not just in the weather, but in the very essence of its being. Then one day, a small sapling brushed against its roots. The old oak tree, startled by the touch, initially lashed out, its branches scraping the young tree. But as it looked down, it saw a small shoot pushing its way through the cold, hard ground. The sight reminded the old oak tree of its own beginnings, of the day it sprouted as a tiny acorn. It recognized the tenacity, the drive to survive that pulsed within the sapling. And so the old oak tree reached down, its branches enveloping the small sapling. It shared its strength, providing shelter and support against the harsh winds. The sapling, in turn, offered a new perspective, its young branches reaching up towards the sun, reminding the old oak tree of the beauty that still existed in the world. Together, the two trees stood through the storms, sharing their strength and wisdom. The old oak tree provided stability and guidance, while the sapling brought youthful optimism and resilience. They formed an unlikely bond, an alliance between generations, united in their common purpose to survive and thrive. The forest continued to change, but the two trees stood steadfast. The old oak tree learned that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way to persevere, and the sapling understood the value of experience and resilience. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the old oak tree stood tall and resolute. Its branches, once gnarled and weary, now seemed rejuvenated, reaching towards the sky with newfound vigor. The sight was a testament to the enduring power of nature and the strength that comes from embracing the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The forest was indeed changing, but the old oak tree, with its youthful companion by its side, was ready to face whatever lay ahead. If you resonated with the old oak tree's journey, take a moment to appreciate the strength and resilience you possess. Remember that even in the face of life's challenges, support and companionship can help you weather any storm. And if you've enjoyed these stories, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, so you never miss out on our future tales. Now let's embark on another incredible journey.